How many reigning Cy Young award winners get this scrutinized? I mean, he is what he is.
Hmm.
His numbers across the board, sure they were a little bit better, but they weren't like extremely outside of the realm of his career. What really did it was the elevated run support. He led the league with 7.6 runs per game in his favor. That's what added to his win total, which added to his fantasy usage, which added to his real life usage that culminated with him winning the Cy Young. Is this all repeatable? Absolutely. Like I said, his numbers. He wasn't necessarily a different pitcher in 2016 than he's been. It was really, really in large part just the win total that made people do a double take and look at this guy differently. And the reason I say is this repeatable, yeah, the Red Sox offense may have gotten even better this year than they were last year. So, I think there's a lot of luck, but there are also pitchers that they just somehow have that aid of run support. You can't really put rhyme or reason to it. So is Porcello somebody that I'm running out to get? No. But do I think he is a better pitcher than where he's being drafted as 24th off the board? Yeah, I do. And I think the upside is still there to be in the top 15 based on what the Red Sox offense could provide for him.
Yeah, and I think, he's a player that even beyond the run support, there are some things that have, I think, developed in terms of Rick Porcello's approach to pitching that people that don't watch him every day, I saw every Rick Porcello start, Red Sox fan, I think I've admitted that, got on record a few times. People that know me and follow my writing know that. But I watch Porcello. I'm a huge Porcello defender, and there's for good reason. I think people don't realize some of the tweaks that he's made over the last few years. Number one, he's gone from a ground ball pitcher to a fly ball pitcher, and what he's done through doing that is he's gotten a lot more weak contact. He gets a ton of pop-ups and really weak fly balls, which help him because he's got elite outfield defense as well. The infield defense isn't bad, but if you look at the Red Sox and what they have, especially going forward now that Benintendi will be in left, they have elite outfield defense, so that helps them as him as a fly ball pitcher. The other thing that he's done is he changed the grip on his curveball. And when he changed the grip on his curveball, this was in 2015 after he came back off of the DL. What happened is the crispness and the depth of his hook improved tremendously. He also started throwing his two fastballs more effectively, particularly his four-seamer, which is one of the top spin rate pitches. When people look at some of those spin rate numbers, it gets great spin on it. He started changing his sequencing too, because he started throwing that four-seamer more frequently and later in counts, where before he was really throwing it early and relying on his off-speed stuff to try to put people away. He started using that more, when it was his third or fourth pitch, when he already had two strike counts. He started throwing it significantly more. The other thing that he developed was he started throwing his two-seamer a lot more and started using it as a weapon to lefties. By doing that, he generated a lot more weak contact on the inside, mostly of the fly variety. And so, he's a player that while his stuff isn't overpowering, he's never going to strike out 9 batters per 9 innings or 8 for that matter. He's always going to be in the 7s. I think he's a good, safe ratio play for your fantasy team. Just don't look at him as a guy that's going to be a perennial Cy Young winner, but I think he's going to get wins, and he's going to have a good ERA and an excellent whip. And the K numbers, while not great, they're not going to totally kill you. But he's a player that you're putting in there and you're drafting him simply to keep your ERA high, especially if you're taking somebody who does have a little bit of whip or ERA risk, but maybe offers a little bit more K per 9 type of stuff. He's somebody that can balance off your ratios.
All right, so I will set the bar at 15 wins for him because I think if you at 15 or over, he's worth his draft position at 24. If he's 15 or under and even close to that, like a dozen wins, say, then yeah, it might be a reach to take him at 24 because of all the peripheral numbers that you just mentioned. He's not going to be much higher than a 7K per 9 guy. The ERA, the whip, everything like that, they're going to be decent. They're not going to be stellar. So it really comes down to the win total. So 15 or more. What's the over under for you?
Yeah, I think just over. I think 16, 17 wins is probably 15 to 17 is what his floor is. Certainly he could win 20 again because I think he knows how to pitch. So I don't think he's going to have huge blowups. I don't think there's going to be a huge jump in terms of the numbers. I just think it was a down year for the AL in terms of starters. There was nobody that was really elite. And I think that could change next year, especially if, hopefully Chris Sale is doing his thing now as the ace of the Red Sox staff. But Porcello had a great season, and I could definitely see another good season from him. I just don't expect him to win another Cy Young.
No, but that would put him as a top 20 fantasy pitcher, which would exceed his draft position, making him a good value. Where other people are kind of, trying to be ahead of the game or proactive and maybe, trying to sound a little smart, be the smartest guy in the room. We're not telling you we're smarter than you, but we're telling you that he's going to give you good draft value.